Hi friends, today I would like to discuss about the next concept is a DDL command, which is data definition language, which will support to create a structure, alter a structure, drop a structure. Okay, these are the main commands: create, alter, drop. A DDL command will execute only on structure level, not on the data level. So first of all, we should know the objects in SQL. Object is nothing but an object can do a particular functionality in SQL. Okay, like for example, a table is an object which will stores data. Like that, so many objects are there. Okay, I will tell you in future classes. So first of all, for this table, how to create a table, how to alter a table, how to drop a table. First, let's talk about create. Okay, what is create? Create is nothing but which will creates a structure in database. Okay, so for creating a table, I told you that a table should have rows and columns, right? Okay, and for example, I have a table. In our previous class we discussed about employee, like that, right? This is called header, these are called rows, these are called columns. Okay, so SNO, e-name, salary, and hike. Okay, for example, these four columns are available in this table. See, first of all we should know about the what is a column and its things. Okay, so a column is having some properties. Okay, first property is column should have a single data type. Okay, the second one, the data should be consistent. Okay, so what is data type? A data type is nothing but is a, is called a context, or what we can say is the type of the data. For example, we can categorize the data into few things, like for example, A B C D 1 2 3 4, 12th Jan, okay, 15th August, okay, like that. And some data will be like 0 0.1, 0 0.2, like that. Okay, so these type of data are available. For example, a data is contains A B C D alphabets, then we can call them as varchar 2. Okay, if the data is having 1 2 3 4 numbers, numbers, then the data type will be number. If the data is having dates, then it will be date data type. Okay, like this so many other data types are available in Oracle. So we mainly look into this varchar, number and date. Okay, so coming to varchar 2. A varchar is a data type which will provide some space to the particular column with along with the space size. For example, a column a column is there which is e name is a column, and you know that okay the name will be like 20 characters, 20 characters, not more than that. At that time what we can say is column e name should be varchar 2 data type. In brackets you have to give 20. Okay, then what it will do is it will give 20 blocks, 20 blocks to ename for each and every record. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20. Okay, like this. So at that time the complete varchar 2 is a data type which will holds only alphabeticals. Okay, which is called as a string. Okay, so now come to numbers data type. S and O. This should not contain the alphabet part that is called as a number. So number of 10, that means 10 is the size here. This number is the, what is that number is data type. Okay, so it will be like 10 blocks, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, so now in our data types I am mainly considering about number, varchar 2 and date data types. There are so many other data types also available here. Now comes to this create statement. Create a table. How to create a table? Okay, how to create a table? A table is nothing but which should have the attributes and its data types, and it should have a name. Okay, so create, what you are going to creating, table object, table, and you have to provide a table name, open bracket, column 1 data type 1, comma, column 2 data type 2, comma, and so on. At the end you need to close the parenthesis and semicolon, then it will create a table. So this is a syntax. Now we'll see the example. Example is need to create a table with attributes of SNO, SName, next marks 1, marks 2, marks 3. Okay, and JDate. Okay, so you should have, like, you should know about all these columns. Okay, so let me tell you briefly about these things. What is SNO, S name, M1, M2, M3, and J3, JJ date. Okay, so SNO is nothing but the student number. S name is student name. M1 is marks 1, M2 is marks 2, M3 is marks 3, and J date is nothing but the joining date. So this should be our output. SNO, S name, M1, M2, M3, and J date. Okay, so here I need to know what are the data types for these particular columns. For SNO, we need number data type. For S name, we need varchar 2 data type. Why varchar 2? It is in alphabets. Name should be in alphabets, right? For M1, M2, and M3, it is number data type. And for J date, which will store the date, so it will be like date format. So first of all, before creating the table, you should identify what are the columns and what are the attributes and what are the data types. Okay, now we'll see how to create a table using a syntax. Okay, so create table, we need to give a name to the particular object, that is a student, student, bracket open. Next, SNO, it should be number of 10, comma, S name, varchar 2 of 20. Okay, next, M1, number of 10. Next, M2, number of 10. M3, number of 10. Next, J date, date. Okay, just close the parenthesis and semicolon, then it will automatically create the empty table with the attributes SNO, S name, M1, M2, M3, and J date. Okay, now after creating this table, need to insert some data, right? So now coming to DML, data manipulation language. Okay, a data manipulation language which will works only on the data, not on the structures. Okay, so we can, with this language, we can learn, insert, update, delete the data. We can insert the data. After you insert the data, if there are any records which are having some wrong data you entered or something, then you can update the data. Or if you enter the complete entire row is wrong, then you can delete the data. Okay, so what is insert and how you can insert? If the table is existing, then only you can go for insert. So first you need to execute this table. Okay, if the table is not available, create it. Okay, now command insert into, what is a table name? It is a student bracket open, and what are the columns you want to insert? SNO, name, M1, M2, M3, next J date, bracket close. Okay, now values of, what are the values for this SNO, name, M1, M2, M3, J date? For single record, you can give like SNO. For example, it is 1, first student, name should be included in quotations. Okay, single quote start, wrong. Okay, next M1, his marks 1 is 25, next 30, next 45. Next joining date also be like a string, and you can provide in such a way that the date format should be like a DDMMYYYY. Okay, that is for J date 10th October 2021, quotation close, bracket close, and semicolon. Okay, then after executing this one, you can able to see in the table like this: SNO, name, M1, M2, M3, next J date. This is our first table, and with empty data. After executing this insert command, you can able to see like 1 RAM 25 30 45, and with 10 October 2021, right? How you can able to see whether this data existing in table or not? After executing this script, you have to write select statement, select a star from student. Then you will be able to get what are the records are existing in the table, right? This is called a DML operation, which is a insert. Okay, now comes to update. Okay, an update is one of the most used DML command, which will use to update the data. For example, this table is having the marks 1 is wrong data, that is 25 I wrongly entered, and I just want to update that one to 50 marks. So what I can do is, see the structure, update, set, where. Okay, this is the structure of update. What is the table? Student is the table. Student. Set, which column need to set, what are the columns need to set with the new values? The column name is M1. What is the value? It is 50. Okay, the expected value is 50. Where? For whom I need to update the M1 value with 50, where name equal to RAM. If you run this one, it will automatically update the record, and you will able to see like SNO, name, M1, M2, M3, next J date. Now the data will be 1 RAM 50, next 30 45, 30 45, and 10 October 2021. This is how the data will looks. For example, I don't want to store the data for RAM inside the table, then go for delete. Delete is a beautiful tool to delete the particular record, okay, from the table. So delete, delete from where is the structure. Delete from, delete the complete row from which table? The table is students, where s name equal to RAM. Then it will delete the particular record, that is RAM, who is having the name as RAM, and it will delete the particular record. So the output will be SNO, SName, M1, M2, M3, JDate. Okay, there won't be any data now. Okay, this is called C, creating a table, inserting the data, and updating the data, and deleting the particular records. Okay, so now I just want to let you know about d sorry TCL command, that is TCL command, that is transactional control language, which is commit and rollback. Okay, commit and rollback. Now we'll see about commit. Okay, the commit is an operation which will store or which will commit the particular transaction into database. Okay, for example, you did some updation, some insertion, some deletions to the particular table, right? So all DML operations should end up with TCL. Means if you did any update, insert, or delete on table, you should run a TCL command. A TCL commands, what are those TCL commands? The TCL commands are three. Those are commit, rollback, save point. Okay, first of all we'll learn about this commit, rollback, then we'll see in the next classes the save commit, rollback, and the next class we'll see about save point. Commit, just write like this, commit semicolon, then it will save the transaction permanently. Okay, now today we learned about the some of the data types, DDL commands. Okay, next how to create table, what are the data types. Okay, next what are the data manipulation language, that is insert, update, delete, and the TCL operation as a commit. Okay, till now we learned all these things, and we'll see in the next class for the remaining concepts, okay, called constraints, or some different things. Okay, we'll come with the different things. Yeah, thank you.